In what feels like an unusual moment of backtracking, reflection, or maybe even quiet defeat, Donald Trump appears to have openly acknowledged that his move involving the Kennedy Center has gone badly. Today, we're going to walk through what happened, how people are reacting, and why this situation has clearly rattled him. Let's start with the next event tied to what is now being branded as the Trump Kennedy Center. Surprisingly, the upcoming Spotlight event is a screening of Melania Trump's film. The movie has been described by critics as a 2-hour-plus documentary centered largely on party planning. Before we get into Trump's reaction, take a moment to hear Trump biographer Michael Wolff and Joanna Coles as they discuss why this release may turn into a public embarrassment. After that, I'll explain how Trump now appears to be scrambling to explain his decision-making. Melania, the movie, and I think it has real potential to fuel even more backlash. To be fair, we haven't seen the film yet, and maybe it offers something meaningful. Perhaps it presents a deeper look at her life or perspective. But based on what's been shared so far, the focus seems very narrow. It reportedly concentrates on roughly 20 days leading up to the election. I'm honestly trying to understand how this approach makes sense. It's unclear why this angle was chosen. From what we know, the decision to move forward with the project came after the election. That suggests there must have been plenty of existing footage available, older clips, archived material, which may have simply been edited together to form the final product. That appears to be the strategy here. And of course, anything could happen. There are also practical concerns. What if severe weather keeps people from attending screenings? We know Trump would absolutely blame the weather if turnout is low. That would be right on brand for him. The premiere, as I understand it, is scheduled for the 29th in Washington at the Trump Kennedy Center. The major snowstorm should be over by then, unless it somehow drags on longer. Even so, I do think people will show up. That said, the overall tone of the film may give off a strange feeling, almost like focusing on something trivial while everything else is falling apart. Because of that, it's hard to imagine this being received seriously. There's likely going to be a massive wave of ridicule and schadenfreude. The internet will have a field day. Instagram, X, TikTok, every platform that thrives on memes will be flooded. Once that happens, Trump will almost certainly feel pressured to jump in and defend both the film and Melania. So yes, this should be quite a week. If history is any guide, Trump will double down. He'll call it the greatest movie ever made, the best documentary in history. We all know how that script goes. But all of this comes after another issue he's now forced to address: his takeover of the Kennedy Center itself, installing himself as board chair, placing his name above that of John F. Kennedy. In a Truth Social post shared today, Trump once again positioned himself as the misunderstood hero. In that post, he claimed that most people don't understand the situation. He argued that the Trump Kennedy Center had been struggling financially for years and that, like everything else, he stepped in to rescue it. He said he came in to save it and, if possible, make it better than ever before. The post was signed, as always, President Donald J. Trump. The response online was swift and unforgiving. Rob Reiner posted that deep down, this situation clearly bothers Trump. He described Trump as deeply insecure and desperate for approval, adding that this failure rests entirely on Trump himself. John Cooper echoed that sentiment, saying this outcome is Trump's own doing. According to him, everything Trump touches eventually collapses, and now no one wants to be associated with an institution that Trump controls. Then came the fact-checking. Donald J. Cranoff laid out the numbers. He pointed out that Trump's claims simply don't match reality. Based on IRS Form 990 filings and official annual reports, the Kennedy Center actually ran a surplus, $40.6 million in 2024 and $6.5 million in 2023. Jessica Tarlov summed it up by saying Trump is once again scrambling to shift blame as the Kennedy Center faces turmoil. His claim of "I merely came in to save it" sounds painfully familiar. According to her, the man leaves destruction everywhere he goes. It really is like a broken record. Or maybe more accurately, an entire broken record collection, because this is the same excuse Trump uses every time. He says he wants Greenland only to protect the U.S. from Russia and China. He claims to give ICE unchecked power because he's supposedly saving the country from dangerous outsiders. When he talks about changing election rules, deploying troops near polling locations, or seizing voting equipment, he insists he's just trying to ensure fairness. Whenever Trump says he's merely doing something, pay close attention. What usually follows is manipulation, extreme narcissism, and chaos wrapped in a familiar excuse.